When Cherry Blossoms Whisper. Side Story Volume, Whispers Beyond the Blossoms. Chapter 1. Kaito's Ramen Revolution. The scent of miso broth clung to Kaito Morita's hoodie as he stood behind the wooden counter of his family's ramen shop, ladling steaming soup into worn ceramic bowls. It had been months since his parents handed him the keys and muttered, "You want to fix this place? Be our guest." He hadn't known what he was doing back then, only that he refused to watch the place where he grew up crumble into silence. On slow afternoons like this, when the chairs were empty and the air too quiet, Kaito would stare at the family photo by the register, his younger self flashing a toothy grin beside his father, chopsticks in hand. Back when the shop was full, and laughter echoed like a second heartbeat. He stirred the broth slower, his mind drifting to an afternoon not long ago when Haruto had dropped by after school. "You need a menu that doesn't look like it was made in the 90s, Haruto had said, flipping through the faded plastic sheets with a grimace. Kaito had rolled his eyes. "Sorry, I left my art degree in my other life." Haruto had raised an eyebrow. "You have me, idiot?" And just like that, the idea had sparked Haruto sketching mouth-watering menu illustrations in his signature quiet style, every bowl drawn like a memory. Then Sakura got involved, suggesting haiku placemats for each table. Her first one had read, "Steam curls like a sigh. Warmth in every swirling bite. Home begins with soup." Kaito hadn't known poetry could make broth feel like therapy until that moment. The revamp was slow and messy. They worked after school and during weekends, Kaito often falling asleep on a flour sack while Haruto sketched beside him and Sakura scribbled quietly on napkins. At first, the effort felt wasted. Days passed. No new customers came. His parents said nothing, watching from the shadows like ghosts of a dream they'd given up on. Then, one evening, Rin Fujimoto walked in. Kaito had nearly dropped a bowl when he saw her. She rarely came to his part of town, especially not alone. "I was curious," she'd said coolly, inspecting the haiku placemats like a judge at a culinary poetry contest. "Don't pretend you're here for ramen," Kaito grinned, trying not to sound too hopeful. "You're just bored." Rin hadn't answered. She ordered the spicy miso and sat in the corner booth, her phone in hand, thumbs flying. The next morning, the line outside the shop stretched down the block. People came for the hidden ramen gem that Rin's viral blog post had called a fusion of warmth, soul, and art. Kaito had nearly cried. Haruto grunted something about capitalism. Sakura laughed for a full minute. Later that day, after the lunch rush died, Rin returned. No fanfare. Just her usual icy expression and a soft sigh as she slid into the same corner booth. Kaito brought her the same dish without asking. She sipped the broth in silence. "You didn't have to post that review," he said quietly. Rin looked up. Her eyes weren't cold this time, just tired. "You didn't have to believe in this dump either," she replied, and then after a pause added, "But I'm glad you did." They ate in silence. Two unlikely friends bound not by words but by shared defiance. Outside, the sky softened with sunset. Inside, the light filtered through the steam like something sacred. When she stood to leave, Kaito said, almost too quickly, "You make a good team with my food." Rin froze at the doorway, her back still to him. "Don't get sentimental. I might write another review." She didn't look back, but he caught the smile in her voice. That night, as Kaito swept the floor and listened to his father muttering in the kitchen, he overheard something he hadn't heard in years. "Good broth today," his father said quietly. "That kid might actually save this place." Kaito grinned and wiped sweat from his brow. Later, he found Rin's second post online. It ended with a single sentence. "Sometimes the best comfort isn't the food. It's the stubborn fool who refuses to let something die." He didn't respond. Just bookmarked the page, closed his laptop, and stared out the window. Snow had begun to fall. And inside the ramen shop, reborn with sketches, poetry, and hard-earned pride, Kaito Morita finally felt like he was home again. Thanks for watching our video. If you find this video interesting, then please subscribe our YouTube channel. If you're watching this video from TikTok, Facebook, or Instagram, then follow our page for more contents like this.